Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next question of our agriculture optional answer writing practice series. So as you all know that we are writing one answer daily. So today's question is describe the cultivation practices of chickpea. And this question was asked in this year's UPSC CSE agriculture optional paper, that is agriculture optional paper of civil services examination 2024. So let's see how we can approach the answer. And actually, in the question, they have asked several points such as varieties, seed rate, fertilizer, fertilizer management, or you can say nutrient management, weed management, and one head was there. But we will discuss all the things here, okay? Because discussing all any of the five will not be fair because it is a practice question, and I think UPSC can ask anything about all the heads or package of practices. So we will discuss all the heads. So chickpea, we all know that it's a leguminous crop and it is also promoted by the government under national pulse mission, okay, and it is very good rich source of protein. We all know it is of two types, the desi one and the kabuli one, okay. So this was about some basic knowledge about chickpea, but you should try to keep this in mind that it is a leguminous crop, and generally in India you will see that most of the leguminous crop including chickpea is kharif crop, okay. That is, they are sown around in September and they are harvested around, I think, February March. So kindly you can keep into mind that it is a kharif crop, kharif leguminous crop. So let's see the cultivation practices of chickpea. So first of all we will discuss some of the important varieties, or you can say improved varieties. So some of the improved varieties of chickpeas are JG11, JG11, we have Fule G, Fule G 95311K. We have Fule Bikram. We have other Pusa chickpea varieties. Pusa chickpea varieties are also there with various numbers. I am just writing, you can see it. So I think these are the three, four important varieties which you can keep in mind. I think two to three varieties will be enough for your answer, and I think you should try to make a note, make a note in which write all the important crops and write there two to three varieties, so that you can keep revising that note, and that will be very good for you. So that is the varieties. Now we will see date of sowing, when we can sow them, date of sowing. So it is a kharif crop. So for rainfed conditions, it can be sown in the last week of September to first week of October. So you can say last September to initial October, initial days of, or you can say first week of October. And when it's in irrigated condition, you can sow it in second week of October to first week of November. Simply October to November, that is last weeks of October to initial weeks of November. So this is when you sow. Now let's move to the seed rate. So seed rate for desi varieties is, that is local varieties, it is 100 kg per hectare, and it significantly increases with Kabuli varieties. The seed rate for Kabuli varieties would be around 150 kg per hectare. It is around approximate data. In various books you will find it mentioned such as 130 to 200 kg per hectare, and for here you will mention see around 190 to 120 kg per hectare. In various sources you will also find this, but I think this is a approximate data which you can remember. For Desi 100 kg per hectare, for Kabuli it is around 150 kg per hectare, and there are subtle differences as per varieties also. The different types of varieties will have different seed rate, but this is a general trend which you should remember. Now we will see how can we treat the seeds. So for seed treatment, We can do seed priming. Seed. So priming, what we will do is seed priming. That is, we will soak the seed for 4-5 hours in water. Soak seed in water for 4 to 5 hours. Water for 4 to 5 hours. That is what seed priming is. Secondly, we can also do seed treatment with the use of trichoderma. Trichoderma can be used. Vitavax, or you can say carboxine. The chemical formula of Vitavax is carboxine and carboxine. So trichoderma and carboxine can be used. We can use rhizobium culture. We can treat the seeds with rhizobium also, as it is a leguminous crop. So treatment with rhizobium culture will be very good. Okay, so these are the things through which we can do seed treatment. Now after seed treatment, we can move to weed treatment, weed management. MGMT, that is management. I write it in short. Okay, so don't be confused, especially the new students. Don't be confused with what MGMT is. It is management. So for weed management, we can spray chemicals such as pendimethalin. Pendimethalin can be used. So here you should know that pendimethalin is a very good chemical and it can be used in most of the cereal crops, especially pulses. It is highly used. Okay, so just keep this in mind. We can also do hand weeding if required. So these are the two things which you can generally incorporate. Also we can do integrated weed management, where we can do several other things also, but this is the two common things which are generally done, that is hand weeding and use of chemicals, that is use of generally pendimethalin. For irrigation, management, one irrigation is compulsory at pod initiation stage. Okay, there are different stages, critical stages on which irrigation should be done. Light irrigation should be done in 14 days, 15 days, because chickpea is a less water intensive crop, so it doesn't require that much of water. But what you should remember, that one irrigation is must at pod initiation stage, because while the pod is at initiation stage, if the water content will not be at the right stage, if the moisture levels will be at lower levels, it will decrease our yield. So one irrigation is very must, that we have to provide one irrigation at pod initiation stage. Pod initiation stage, this is compulsory. Okay, this was about irrigation. Now for fertilizer application, or you can say nutrient management, nutrient slash fertilizer management. So what we can do here is, we can use 15 to 20 kg of nitrogen, not 50, this is 15. 15 to 20 kg of nitrogen can be used. Around 40 kg of P2O5 should be used. 40 kg of P2O5 can be used. 20 kg of sulfur can be used. Okay, and you will see that the nitrogen levels are low as compared to other cereal crops such as rice and wheat. And you should always keep in mind, in pulses we don't require that much of nitrogen application, because they are leguminous crop and they fix nitrogen only. So they will generate certain amount of nitrogen from themselves only. Okay, that is why nitrogen levels are low, but you can see phosphorus levels, sulfur levels are more than nitrogen. Okay, 20 kg of sulfur can be used. We can also use 5 tons of farm yard manure can be used. That is generally, you should remember that these are the certain things, certain fertilizers we can use. Okay, and one thing we should keep in mind, that is we should spray 2% urea or DAP at flowering stage, because nutrient requirement at flowering stage is very important. So 2% of urea slash DAP at flowering stage. And when is this flowering stage? That is 70 days after sowing, or you can say 70 days after planting. Generally keep in mind 70 days after sowing, days, that is days after sowing. So this is what we can do for nutrient management. Now for plant protection, or you can say for pest monitoring, first of all we will do, so for pest monitoring, so pest control. For pest control, we will install pheromone traps. Pheromone traps are very good. Here, the pest will be get attracted and they will stick on these pheromone traps. So use of pheromone traps is very important. We can do here. We can use a trap crop also. So for chickpea, marigold can be a very good trap crop. Trap crop can be used, and for chickpea, marigold can be a very good trap crop. We can install bud purchase. Okay, I hope you understand these points. We can install bud purchase. Bud purchase can be installed, but these are to be removed when the crops are matured. Okay, when the crops reached maturity, these bud purchase are removed. What these bud purchase do here? Bud is able to eat those insects present in the field. Okay, we can also use chemicals. The common chemicals can which can be used is such as indoxocarb can be used here. Indoxocarb, it is a pesticide which can be used here. So these are the things which we can use for pest control. Now for we will see about harvesting. How can we harvest these crops? Just give me a second. For harvesting, so actually they mature in 3 to 7 months depending into varieties. Mature into 3 to 7 months. Actually desi varieties take longer times as compared to the improved varieties, or the improved varieties take shorter times because through various improvement techniques we have reduced the time of maturity. So generally it will take around 3 to 7 months, and you will see that the leaves will turn brown or yellow during maturity. We have to keep counter on leaves, and the pods will mature and the leaves will turn brown to yellow. So when leaves will start turning brown to yellow, we can say that the maturity of the crop has been reached. Okay, then we will harvest them properly. Okay, we will do various things such as we knowing another things should be done, which is common things which should be used in harvesting, and I don't think these are things to be mentioned in the package of practices, else directly asked in the questions. Okay, these are the common things we know. We will separate them, we will husk them, we know them. So these are the common things which we are going to do. And when we see the yield is very good. You will find the yield to be around 400 to 600 kg per hectare if we have managed everything properly. The yield of the improved varieties will be certainly higher than the low yielding varieties, or you can say the desi varieties. So this was the package of practices of chickpea, and this was asked in this year's question, and I will suggest you to do all the package of practices of important crops, because every year 1 to 2 questions, one question will be for sure, and around 2 questions they ask for package of practices in both in paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1 they will ask about cereals, pulses, other things, and in paper 2 they will generally ask for horticultural crops, either flowers, fruits, vegetables, these things. So make the proper notes and do the package of practices seriously, because it can fetch you good amount of marks. So that is all for today. If you like it, please press the like button, please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis, and if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.